What's up? BigHerc916, positivity, motivation, never settle for average. I just want to share a reflection with you guys today on Mother's Day. Yesterday was my birthday. Sometimes it lands on Mother's Day, sometimes it lands on the day before Mother's Day. But shout out to my mom for keeping me and not aborting me in a time where it was taboo for a teenager to be pregnant and have a child. My mom had me very young, 14, and uh, I can remember her going to grad night and seeing her um, come back with stuff from Disneyland because they used to take a trip to Disneyland for all the graduation students back then. I don't know if they still do it today, but I can remember, a lot of things growing up with my mom because of just her in high school, and she instilled in me a lot of qualities I still hold dear to heart: reading, um, building confidence, challenging yourself, not giving up, the art side of me, a lot of my art inspiration, getting just being better as far as pushing yourself. You got to teach yourself stuff. You're not born anything. You're not born an artist. You're not born a basketball player. You're not born an engineer. You're not born a scientist. You learn these things by reading and practice. You got to shoot so many basketballs through a hoop or throw a baseball so many times to be a pitcher, or you got to draw so many pictures to learn how to recognize perspective and lines and all these different things. And if you practice math, if you want to be an engineer, nothing comes to you if you don't work at it. And for a lot of people who look at different people doing different things that they've been blessed to be able to make a living doing, and you're like, wow, that person's lucky or this and that. It's not all about luck. It's also about the sacrifice. It's about what you put into whatever it is you're doing. If you want to be in the streets, you put a lot of time in the streets. You could build a rep. You could become somebody in the streets, but that's what it'll be. If you put a lot of time into learning how to play the instrument, you might, suck at it at the beginning. And then, 10, 15 years down the line, you're doing a concert and people are like, oh my God, he's so good. Sometimes you have prodigies, young people that pick things up very easily. But at the end of the day, you have to work at it. So work makes perfection, and the end result is not necessarily luck. I've made mistakes. I've done things searching to try to find my path and realize that the paths I went down weren't the ones that I was destined for. So I had to, trek over and do other things. And I look back now at all the different things I've tried, 52 years on this earth. I couldn't imagine thinking about a lot of the things I think about now when I was 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 22, 23, 24. I mean, these things, you're not mature enough to even grasp the concepts or the perspectives. That's why it's good to talk to people who have been around, because they have a reflection point you don't have. A lot of times you are working from what you've experienced, but if you are talking or learning from somebody who's been here longer, they can have a perspective that is beyond anything you'll be able to um, understand to a certain degree. You'll be able to understand it, but not, having not experienced it. So it'll help you in your journey. And that's the whole purpose of having grandparents, mentors, people you could talk to, because they're supposed to help you along your journey. And it helps you better understand your journey rather than you going down your journey and learning the hard way a lot of life lessons. But I just feel blessed to have another healthy birthday, to have another opportunity to share with loved ones and experience life and to go forward and create more memories, to keep building, learning, advancing, being positive, sharing with others my journey so that they can grow from my journey. A lot of young people have grew up watching my show Fresh Out on YouTube, and that journey, I created that journey to educate others, to entertain, but to also teach life lessons. And I felt that the show has been great at doing that. And I look forward to doing it for many more years. We don't do it for the bread because we're not really getting a lot of bread from that. You know, we do it more or less because we feel we're giving back to society, and the people we give an opportunity to speak on that platform, a lot of them have helped other people change their lives in the process. So yeah, reflection, man. There's a lot of things today I wouldn't do, you know, when I was younger had I known what I know now. But you know, it's neither here nor there. Without having gone through those things, I couldn't share what I know today. So you have to experience certain things to be able to share certain things in order to have a real perspective and not something that's fictional. And everything I speak on, I speak from facts, experience. I try not to speak on things I don't know about. I'm still a student. I'm always willing to learn, whether it's young or old. I know a lot of young people I learn investment things from, um, crypto things from, automotive things from. A lot of smart young people out there. It's always good to sit back and have conversations and to talk with older family members, people who have been around, been through stuff to learn from. And not everything has to be based on what a person's made monetary wise in their life. And maybe this person has some other insight in relationships and spirituality, things that give you value that aren't necessarily a dollar, but they're worth more than a dollar. So take advantage of that. I know a lot of times I wish I would have spoke more with my grandfather and my grandmother about how they grew up, because times were so much different then, and a lot of things we see today, we kind of put it in. We don't really understand it. I don't know if we take some things for granted, but it was just a lot different when you talk to your grandparents and great grandparents, if you have great grandparents, about their upbringing. And I think that just adds value to the whole family. So hey, this little reflection. Had my birthday the other day. I'm blessed. Had people around me hanging out, friends, family. Shout out to everybody who gave me a birthday wish on Facebook, on the IG. Thank you, everybody on Fresh Out. Love you guys. Subscribe, share, keep pushing. Let's get it, man. .com to pick up a limited edition GTA poster signed by me for $10, or with your purchase of a Wig Splitter Porsche t-shirt, I'll throw in a free poster. Bad kid. Signed. Officially, I only got one real spanking my entire life. My mom did the best a 14-year-old could do, raising me with love and instilling values that will last a lifetime. I was a straight A student and lived to make her happy. So how did I go astray? A horrible stepdad that stole my self-worth and invoked fear turned me into a person that I struggled to overcome. From skateboarding to selling drugs, gang banging in juvenile hall, I got caught the same way many young promising men get caught up. I struggled to find my identity, getting mixed up in shootouts, crime, and the adult entertainment industry. This roller coaster continued as I juggled college, hustling, and Hollywood, eventually catching a federal bank robbery case. I found redemption in prison while serving a 120-month federal sentence and came out a man on a mission. I became a social media influencer with over 500 million views on YouTube and a life coach mentoring people all over the world. This is my journey against all odds.